Have you ever felt that deep, persistent ache within you? The sense that there's something more to life, something vast and powerful just beyond your grasp? You chase dreams, set goals, visualize success, yet often find yourself hitting invisible walls, feeling like you're swimming against a relentless current. What if I told you the most potent force for changing that current, for dissolving those walls, isn't found in complex rituals, expensive seminars, or external validation, but in the very rhythm that sustains your life, second by second? What if the secret to unlocking the reality you desire, not eventually, but with startling immediacy, lies in the way you breathe, right now, in this very moment? It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? Breathing. We do it constantly, unconsciously. Around 20,000 times a day, our lungs fill and empty, a biological function as automatic as our heartbeat. But within this simple, overlooked act resides a power so profound, so transformative, that ancient traditions and modern science are only beginning to fully appreciate its magnitude. This isn't just about oxygenating your blood or calming your nerves, although it does that beautifully. This is about accessing the control panel of your reality. This is about learning the language your subconscious mind speaks fluently. This is how you breathe for instant manifestation. Forget everything you think you know about manifestation just for a moment. Let go of the struggle, the striving, the feeling that you need to force things into existence. The universe, your deeper consciousness, isn't waiting for you to wrestle it into submission. It's waiting for you to align with it, to resonate with the frequency of your desires. And the most direct, powerful, and instantaneous way to shift your frequency, to change your energetic signature, is through conscious, intentional breathing. We live in a world saturated with noise, distraction, and relentless demands on our attention. Our minds race, jumping from worry to planning, from past regrets to future anxieties. This constant mental chatter creates a state of internal static, a vibrational dissonance that effectively blocks our connection to the deeper intelligence within us, the part of us that knows how to manifest, the part that is already connected to everything we desire. Most people breathe shallowly, erratically, primarily in their chest. This type of breathing signals danger to our nervous system. It keeps us locked in a perpetual state of low-grade fight or flight, a survival mode where our focus narrows, our creativity dwindles, and our energy is consumed by perceived threats, real or imagined. In this state, manifestation feels like pushing a boulder uphill. You're operating from a place of lack, scarcity, and tension. Your energetic signal to the universe is one of struggle, and so, struggle is often what reflects back to you. Think about it. When you're stressed, anxious, or fearful, how does your breath feel? It's likely quick, shallow, maybe you even hold it without realizing. Now, contrast that with moments of deep peace, joy, or profound love. Your breathing naturally slows down, deepens, becomes more rhythmic, centered in your belly. Your body knows the connection between breath and state of being. The problem is, we've allowed the external chaos to dictate our internal rhythm for far too long. We've forgotten that we hold the reins. The power lies in reversing this dynamic. Instead of letting your state dictate your breath, you consciously choose your breath to dictate your state. This is the fundamental key. When you deliberately shift your breathing pattern, you send an immediate, undeniable signal to your nervous system, to your brain, to every cell in your body that it's time to change channels. You move from the frantic frequency of survival to the calm, receptive frequency of creation. Let's explore this connection more deeply. Your breath is the interface between your conscious and subconscious mind. While you can consciously decide to hold your breath or breathe faster, the act of breathing itself is largely regulated by the autonomic nervous system, the same system that controls your heartbeat, digestion, and other vital functions operating below the level of conscious awareness. This system has two main branches: The sympathetic nervous system, our gas pedal responsible for the fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic nervous system, our brake pedal responsible for rest, digestion, healing, and relaxation. Shallow, rapid chest breathing activates the sympathetic nervous system. It floods your body with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, preparing you to face a threat. While essential for genuine emergencies, chronic activation of this system, fueled by modern stressors and unconscious breathing habits, keeps us in a state of tension, depletes our energy, impairs cognitive function, and makes us highly reactive. It's incredibly difficult to manifest your desires when your entire being is braced for impact. Deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing, on the other hand, is a direct command to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. When you breathe deeply into your belly, allowing your diaphragm, the large muscle beneath your lungs, to descend, you stimulate the vagus nerve. This crucial nerve is the main communication highway between your brain and your internal organs, and it's the primary activator of the parasympathetic response. Activating it through deep breathing tells your body, you are safe, you can relax, you can heal, you can create. This shift isn't just physiological, it's neurological. Brainwave patterns change almost instantly with breath. High stress, anxious thinking is associated with high beta brainwaves. As you begin to breathe deeply and slowly, your brainwaves naturally shift down into alpha. The alpha state is characterized by relaxed awareness, heightened creativity, increased learning capacity, and, crucially, a more direct connection to the subconscious mind. It's a state of flow, intuition, and receptivity. As you deepen the practice, you might even touch upon theta brainwaves, the realm of deep meditation, profound insight, and the very gateway to the subconscious programming. Think of your subconscious mind like incredibly fertile soil. It accepts whatever seeds you plant in it without judgment. Your conscious thoughts, beliefs, fears, and desires are the seeds. Unconscious, stressed breathing is like planting weeds of doubt, fear, and limitation. Conscious, intentional breathing prepares the soil, making it rich and receptive, and allows you to deliberately plant the seeds of your deepest desires, the seeds of abundance, love, health, and joy. Ancient wisdom traditions understood this intuitively for millennia. In yogic philosophy, the vital life force energy that animates all things is called prana. While often translated simply as breath, prana is more than just air. It's the subtle energy that flows through everything. Our primary way of absorbing and directing prana is through the breath. Pranayama, the yogic science of breath control, isn't just about breathing exercises. It's about mastering the flow of life force energy within ourselves to achieve higher states of consciousness, vibrant health, and alignment with the universal intelligence. These traditions speak of nadis, subtle energy channels that run throughout the body, carrying prana. The three primary nadis are Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida, associated with the left nostril, the moon, and feminine, cooling, intuitive energy, governs the parasympathetic nervous system. Pingala, associated with the right nostril, the sun, and masculine, heating, active energy, governs the sympathetic nervous system. Most of the time, our energy flows predominantly through either Ida or Pingala, creating imbalances reflected in our physical, mental, and emotional states. The central channel, Sushumna, runs along the spine and represents the path of balance, enlightenment, and awakened consciousness. When prana flows freely up the Sushumna, profound transformation occurs. Accessing Sushumna is the key to unlocking our highest potential. And how do we encourage prana to enter Sushumna? Through specific breathing techniques that balance the flow between Ida and Pingala, often involving alternate nostril breathing, breath retention, known as kumbhaka, and deep rhythmic patterns. The pause, the space between the inhale and the exhale, or between the exhale and the inhale, holds particular significance. This is the moment of stillness, the gap where the pendulum of breath momentarily ceases its swing. In the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, an ancient Shaivite text, Lord Shiva reveals numerous techniques for achieving enlightenment, many centered around the breath, particularly this pause. This gap, this kumbhaka, is considered a powerful portal, a moment where ordinary consciousness can dissolve and we can touch the infinite, the source of all creation. It's in this stillness, this receptive void, that intention becomes incredibly potent. When you hold your breath consciously, especially after a full inhale, you create a pressurized stillness within. You temporarily suspend the usual flow of thoughts and energy, creating a focused point of potential. By introducing your desire, your visualization, your feeling state into this potent pause, you impress it directly onto the fabric of your subconscious mind and the energetic field around you with amplified power. Modern science is catching up to this ancient wisdom. Studies on heart rate variability, HRV, the measure of variation in time between successive heartbeats, show a direct correlation between breathing patterns and nervous system balance. Slow, rhythmic breathing significantly increases HRV, indicating greater resilience, better emotional regulation, and improved parasympathetic tone. Research in neuroscience demonstrates how focused attention combined with specific breathing techniques can literally rewire the brain, neuroplasticity, creating new neural pathways aligned with desired states and beliefs. Even epigenetics suggests that our internal state, heavily influenced by factors like stress levels, which are directly modulated by breath, can influence how our genes are expressed. So breathing isn't just breathing, it's communication, it's regulation, it's energy direction, it's state shifting. It's the most immediate and powerful tool you possess to change your internal landscape and consequently your external reality. Now let's talk about instant manifestation. This term can sometimes be misleading. It doesn't necessarily mean that if you breathe a certain way for 5 minutes, $1 million will materialize on your doorstep by minute 6, although stranger things have happened. Rather, instant refers to the immediacy of the shift within you. The moment you consciously change your breath, you instantly change your physiological state, your brainwave patterns, your energetic frequency, and your point of attraction. You instantly move from a state of resistance to a state of receptivity. You instantly align yourself more closely with the reality you wish to experience. This internal shift is the crucial first step, the non-negotiable prerequisite for manifestation. How quickly the external reality reflects this internal shift can vary, influenced by factors like the clarity of your intention, the degree of your belief, the release of resistance, and the divine timing of the universe. But the internal change, the alignment, the feeling of connection to your desire, can be accessed instantly through your breath. And when you consistently cultivate this internal state, the external manifestation becomes an inevitable consequence. It feels less like effort and more like allowing, less like chasing and more like attracting. So how do we do it? How do we breathe for this instant shift, this profound connection? I'm going to guide you through a specific technique, a powerful yet simple practice designed to rapidly shift you into that receptive alpha brainwave state, activate your parasympathetic nervous system, and open a direct line to your subconscious mind, particularly utilizing that potent pause. We can call this the resonance breath for instant alignment. Before we begin, remember the core principles. Consciousness. Pay attention to the breath. Feel the air moving in and out. Depth. Breathe diaphragmatically into your belly. Rhythm. Establish a smooth, even cadence. The pause. Utilize the space between breaths intentionally. Intention and feeling. Infuse the breath, especially the pause, with the feeling of your desire already fulfilled. Find a comfortable position, either sitting upright with a straight spine, perhaps on a cushion or chair with feet flat on the floor, or lying down if that feels more relaxing for you, though sitting often promotes greater alertness. Ensure you won't be disturbed for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Gently close your eyes. Take a moment just to arrive in your body. Notice any areas of tension, perhaps in your jaw, shoulders, or belly. Consciously invite them to soften. Let go of the day so far. Let go of what needs to be done later. Be fully present, right here, right now. Bring your awareness to your natural breath without changing anything initially. Just observe. Is it shallow or deep? Fast or slow? In your chest or belly? No judgment, just noticing. Now, place one hand gently on your lower belly, below your navel. As you begin the practice, you want to feel this hand rise with the inhale and fall with the exhale. This ensures you are breathing diaphragmatically. The resonance breath technique. We'll use a rhythmic pattern. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. The counts are designed to maximize parasympathetic activation and create potent pauses for manifestation. We'll use a count of 4 for the inhale, 7 for the hold after inhale, 8 for the exhale, and a brief pause of 2 counts after the exhale before inhaling again. So, the rhythm is 4, 7, 8, 2. If the 7 count hold feels too long initially, you can start with 4, 4, 8, 2, and gradually increase the hold as you get comfortable. The longer exhale, 8 counts, is key for activating the relaxation response. Step 1. Preparation breaths, 3 cycles. Let's begin with 3 deep cleansing breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your belly first, then your chest. Exhale fully through your mouth with a gentle sigh, releasing any tension. Again, deep inhale through the nose. Long, slow exhale through the mouth. One more time. Fullest inhale yet. Complete exhale, letting everything go. Step 2. Establishing the rhythm. Focus on breath. Now, gently close your mouth and begin breathing only through your nose if comfortable. If not, breathing through the mouth is okay, but nasal breathing has additional benefits for filtering air and stimulating receptors. Let's start the count. Inhale through your nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your belly rise. Gently hold the breath at the top for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax into the hold, no straining. Slowly exhale through your nose or pursed lips for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel your belly gently fall, emptying completely. Hold the breath out gently for 1, 2, a brief still pause. Continue this cycle. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. Repeat this rhythmic breathing for several minutes, perhaps 3 to 5 minutes initially. Just focus purely on the count and the sensation of the breath moving in your body. Feel the rhythm calming your nervous system. Notice the growing sense of peace and stillness spreading through you. Your mind may wander. That's perfectly normal. Each time it does, gently acknowledge the thought without judgment and bring your focus back to the count and the sensation of breathing. Step 3. Infusing intention. Focus on manifestation during the hold. Now that you've established the rhythm and entered a calmer state, it's time to introduce your intention. Bring to mind clearly what it is you wish to manifest. Choose one specific desire for this practice. It could be vibrant health, a loving relationship, financial abundance, creative inspiration, or a deep sense of peace. The key is to connect with the feeling of having it already. Not wanting it, not needing it, but the feeling of it being your current reality. What does that feel like in your body? Joy? Gratitude? Relief? Security? Freedom? Amplify that feeling. Now, as you continue the 4-7-8-2 breath cycle, shift your focus during the 7-count hold after the inhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, drawing in energy, possibility. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this potent pause, vividly visualize your desire as already real. See it, sense it, but most importantly, feel the emotion of it being fulfilled now. Immerse yourself in the feeling of gratitude, joy, or peace associated with it. You might silently repeat a simple affirmation like, I am abundant, I am loved, I am healthy, or simply, thank you. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Releasing any remaining doubt, resistance, or attachment to the outcome. Letting go. Hold out. 2. Resting in the stillness, the receptive space. Continue this cycle, inhaling possibility, holding and feeling your desire as real in the potent pause, exhaling release, and resting in stillness. Do this for another 5 to 10 minutes or longer if you feel called to. The 7-count hold becomes your manifestation chamber. It's where you impress your desired frequency onto your subconscious and the quantum field. The long 8-count exhale ensures you stay relaxed and release any clinging or desperation, which can hinder manifestation. The brief 2-count hold after the exhale is a moment of pure receptivity before the next cycle begins. Step 4. Integration and gratitude. When you feel complete, let go of the counting and the specific technique. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Sit quietly for a few moments, simply bathing in the state you've cultivated. Notice the sense of calm, clarity, and connection. Feel a wave of gratitude wash over you. Gratitude for this moment, for your breath, for the power within you, and gratitude for your desire already being on its way to you, or perhaps even feeling it as already present within your energy field. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly open your eyes, bringing this sense of peace and aligned energy with you as you return to your day. This resonance breath for instant alignment is a powerful practice. Consistency is key. Aim to practice it daily, perhaps first thing in the morning to set the tone for your day, or before bed to program your subconscious mind while you sleep. Even 5 minutes can make a significant difference. As you become more comfortable, you can extend the duration of the practice or the length of the holds, always listening to your body and avoiding strain. You might notice shifts happening quickly. Perhaps synchronicities start appearing, unexpected opportunities arise, or you simply feel lighter, more optimistic, and more resilient to stress. These are signs that your internal frequency is changing and your external reality is beginning to reflect that shift. Remember, the instant part is the immediate shift in your state. You instantly move into a vibrational alignment with your desire. Manifestation isn't about forcing the external world to bend to your will. It's about becoming an energetic match for what you desire, so it flows to you naturally and effortlessly. Your breath is the most direct way to become that match, right here, right now. Let's delve a bit deeper into why this works so effectively. When you are in that alpha state, generated by the rhythmic breathing, the critical factor of your conscious mind, the part that analyzes, doubts, and rejects new ideas based on past experiences, is temporarily bypassed. This allows your intentions, visualizations, and feelings to sink directly into the fertile ground of the subconscious without resistance. The subconscious accepts these impressions as reality, especially when charged with strong emotion like gratitude or joy, and begins to orchestrate circumstances, opportunities, and internal shifts to bring that reality into being. It works tirelessly behind the scenes, influencing your perceptions, intuition, and actions in subtle and overt ways to align you with your manifested desire. Furthermore, from an energetic perspective, everything is vibration. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs create an energetic field around you. When you are stressed, fearful, or focused on lack, your vibration is dense and contracted. When you are joyful, grateful, and loving, your vibration is high and expanded. Like attracts like. By using your breath to instantly shift into a higher vibrational state and infuse it with the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you become a vibrational match for that reality. You tune your energetic receiver to the frequency of abundance, love, or health, making it far more likely that you will perceive and attract experiences that resonate with that frequency. The pause, that kumbhaka, is particularly crucial. It's not just a lack of air, it's a moment of profound energetic potential. Holding the breath, especially after inhalation, antara kumbhaka, concentrates prana, life force energy, within your system. It creates a point of high energetic pressure and focus. When you introduce your intention into this charged stillness, it's like stamping a seal onto hot wax. The impression is deep, clear, and lasting. Holding the breath out after exhalation, bahya kumbhaka, even briefly, as in our 4th Oma 7.8.2 pattern, creates a sense of emptiness, surrender, and receptivity, allowing you to release control and trust the process. It's also important to cultivate awareness throughout your day, not just during the practice. Notice your breathing patterns during different activities. When you feel stressed, consciously shift to deeper, slower breaths for just a minute or two. This regular check-in reinforces the new neural pathways and helps maintain a higher baseline state of being. Manifestation becomes less of a specific activity and more of a natural consequence of who you are becoming, moment by moment, breath by breath. Address potential challenges. Your mind will wander. That's its nature. Don't get frustrated. Treat it like training a puppy. Gently and consistently guide it back to the breath and the feeling state. You might experience physical sensations, tingling, warmth, or coolness. This is often just energy moving, prana flowing differently. Stay relaxed and observe. If any technique causes dizziness or significant discomfort, stop, return to normal breathing, and perhaps try a gentler version, shorter holds, slower pace next time. This should feel calming and empowering, not stressful. Don't get overly attached to the outcome or the timeline. Practice the resonance breath for the joy of connecting with yourself, for the peace it brings, for the feeling of alignment. Trust that the universe, your higher self, is orchestrating the perfect unfolding. Your job is to manage your vibration, your state of being, through your breath and focus. The how and when will take care of themselves. Desperation and checking constantly for results actually create resistance. Breathe, feel it real, trust, and let go. Think of this practice not just as a tool to get things, but as a way to be different, to be calmer, more centered, more intuitive, more connected to the flow of life. When you embody these qualities, manifestation isn't something you do, it's something that happens through you naturally and gracefully. Your breath is the rhythm of the universe playing through you. It's the tide rising and falling, the seasons changing, the pulse of life itself. By becoming conscious of this rhythm, by learning to modulate it with intention, you tap into the creative power that underlies all existence. You move from being a passive recipient of circumstances to becoming a conscious creator of your reality. So, take a deep breath right now. Feel the air fill your lungs. Feel the life force within it. Recognize the power you hold in this simple act. This is not just air, it's potential. It's connection. It's the key to unlocking the door to your deepest desires. This is how you breathe for instant manifestation. Not through force, but through flow. Not through struggle, but through surrender to the power within your own breath. Start today. Practice consistently. Pay attention to the subtle shifts, and prepare to be amazed at how quickly your reality begins to resonate with the harmony you cultivate within. Your breath is the bridge. Walk across it. The life you desire is waiting on the other side. Breathe it in. Feel it now. It is already yours.